Hello everyone, Earl Henderson, Primordial Defense. Thank you for watching. I have another Monday quarterback video for you. I'm going to play this video and talk about things that are going on to better explain what's going on and talk about things that I think that are being done right and or done wrong. Here we go. Nothing wrong with your sound. They just don't have any sound for some reason. Okay, so let's pause this real quick so we can kind of get a better look at this, because sometimes these images flash by really quick. So they're looking for a pickup truck that was reported stolen when the shooting happened. So we got 1127 Oro Street, a shooting, a crash, arrest. Okay.
Let me see your hands.
What?
Hands on the truck.
Huh?
Hands on the truck right now, right here.
What?
Hands on the truck. If you guys do not do as I say, I'm going to pop that door in the car and you guys are getting bit. Do you understand? Hands on the steering wheel. Hey, you take him right here.
I'm not on probation.
No, you got him. Keep a light on him. Keep a light on him.
I'm not on probation or parole.
He's yours. Do not mess around.
Don't move. If you move, I will shoot you.
1127
Oro Street.
I don't care. It's not about that right now. You just comply. Keep your hands where I can see you.
314.
I want to be very clear how serious I am.
Since you in cost range.
Do not move.
Reading another caller.
Do not move.
7307.
Do not move.
Get out of the car!
Get out of the car! Get out of the car! Get out of the car! Out of the car!
I got the air. I got the air. I got the air.
Get out of the car! Get out of the car! Out of the car!
I got the air. I got the air.
Copy northbound Oro.
Yep.
City King, did you say shots fired? Copy shots
Can you
fired.
affirm? Right now, he made it to Greenfield. He rammed one of our vehicles, pushed through mine, and forced an officer involved shooting. We're trying to catch up now. Hey, you want to bump up with me just to confirm it's clear? You got front? I'll step back.
What's up?
You got the front? Alright, we're gonna have to move around the other side. Brenten, we know you're in there. Come out with your hands up or you will get bit.
All right, so I'll pause it right here to give you some more information. Looking at a news article from Fox 5 San Diego. I'll skip through part of this. Suspect was later found in the shed of residence on Arlington Place near Greenfield Drive. Occupants of the residence called 911 when they saw a man hop over their fence after being awoken by sirens and overheard helicopter and barking dogs. So it was the residents who alerted the police to this guy. It's not like they just happened to find him by themselves.
Come out, hands up. I can't hear what you're saying. Show me your hands. If you do as I say, you will not be hurt. Come out. Hands up.
And also pause it here to talk a little bit about home defense. When we think about, Cooper's color codes, you should never be in condition white for a very prolonged period of time. However, with that also being said, it can be very taxing on the mind to always be hypervigilant, right? And a lot of people, when they get home, they will go into condition white, meaning they're not concerned about anything else going on because they're in their safe place. That's their safe space, right? Even when they start to pull into the driveway, oh, I'm home. I'm boom. I'm on my ground. That is not the time to let your guard down. And in fact, you should be on guard when you arrive home because you have no idea what has been going on at home while you've been gone. So as you're pulling into the driveway, you should be scanning the exterior that you can see of your house, seeing if anything is amiss, if the door's been busted open, if any windows are broken. As you go into your house, should still be somewhat alert to the idea that you may not be alone. So if you have another exterior door to the house, I'd recommend going and checking on that before completely disrobing or taking your EDC stuff off. Make sure that back door hasn't been busted open. Now, if you have home security cameras that you can view from your phone and you get alerts if there's movement, that's great. If you can get a motion activated camera and put them at the doors of your home, then you should be able to have a better idea whether or not your home is secure before ever getting home. Now, yeah, someone can come through a window, but if they go through a window, they're going to most likely have to go through the rest of the house. So if you got a camera set up in the living room, it's in a corner, and it's covering a lot of the living room and it's hitting that front door, that person's going to go into the living room. They're going to look to see what's in there. If there's a PlayStation, Xbox, what kind of electronics are in there, they're going to look. So if they walk into that living room, boom, motion activated camera is going to detect it, and you'll get a notification. Sometimes technology fails, sometimes it doesn't work. So even if you do have cameras, I would still suggest that Once you get home, check that back door, make sure it hasn't been kicked in. While you're home, you've slept there overnight, and you go to leave. Just walking out your door, you should look around as you're going out your door. You have no idea what has transpired throughout the night while you were asleep. Case in point, this dude has ran from the police and is hiding in a shed. What if this dude stayed in that shed throughout the night and fell asleep? And homeowner here wakes up in the morning and decides that they're going to get some gardening tools out and do some gardening, or go get whatever out of that shed, and then boom, they go open that door, and that dude's in there, and he wakes up. He's got a gun. And he's thinking it's the police. And he goes pow, 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 pow. Or he's got a knife. Whatever. Just because you're on home ground doesn't mean that you're 100% safe. Someone could have been running from the police and is now hiding somewhere on your property. Someone could be there with the intent to commit a burglary or a robbery. So this is one of the reasons why I advocate that you should always have your gun on you, even when you're home. Because you never know when something like this could occur. All right, moving on.
Okay, we got you. Just come out here. Come out here. We're gonna help you. Just come out. I just need to know I'm safe.
Drop the phone. Drop the phone. Come on out.
Out here, right here on the ground. Right here on the ground. Right here on the ground.
Can we see the following
On the ground, right here. On the ground. On the ground. We got you, brother. We're gonna help you. Just get down.
units covered? Do we have an approximate address? 3646.
I hear you.
This is our suspect. He is complying.
Hands behind your back.
Move out of my way so I can get over here. Flip. Good boy. Good buddy. Good buddy. Flip. Good boy. Good buddy. Good buddy. Flip. Get over here. Flip. Good boy. Good buddy. Good.
That's some nice looking grass. I don't know if that's real or if that's like fake grass, but that looks really nice.
Buddy. Flip.
Okay. Just keep breathing. Keep breathing deep, all right? You're going to be all right. You're good. Can you wiggle your toes? Wiggle your toes. Wiggle them. Good. Wiggle the toes here. Wiggle them. Good, 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 good. Cool. Perfect.
Suspect. He is complying.
Okay. Can you wiggle your toes? Wiggle your toes. Wiggle them. Good.
All right. 32-year-old Brenten Kinzenbaw. Violating parole. What do you know? You know, sadly, this is a recurring theme when it comes to these kind of videos. Police are dealing with fucking shithead criminals who are out on probation or parole. If this dude was still in prison, guess what? He wouldn't have stole that person's truck. He wouldn't have ruined those people's property that he crashed into. he wouldn't have put that officer at risk. He would not have victimized those people whose shed that he crawled into to hide. Like, imagine how like scared those people were that this random freaking criminal jumped their fence and was basically in their domain. He was in the wire with them. But he's out on parole. I'm willing to bet that this is not his first interaction with law enforcement. 32 years old, he's in prison, or has been, paroled from prison. I'd say that most likely he has had multiple other arrests and incarcerations before this. But yet, somehow, the parole board thought, oh, well, this guy's learned his lesson. We'll let him out. It don't work like that. The majority of the people who get probation and parole reoffend. The ones who don't get caught, they're doing shit. They're just not getting caught. They're getting lucky. The way the courts work, if you don't have any prior convictions, any prior anything, and you commit a crime, so long as it's not something like murder, something serious like that, you commit a crime, they don't throw the book at you. A lot of people will get pretrial diversion. Okay, well, you go do community service hours and keep your nose clean for a year, and it goes away. Or pay some fines, whatever. That's it. That's all you gotta do. No jail time. Just pay a fine. Even people who've been caught 2 or 3 times, still, they don't have the book thrown at them. So I know that this is not his first fucking run-in with the legal system. Even people who have time after time after time been arrested and sent to prison, they're still getting breaks. They're still getting plea deals. So when someone's been to prison, they have been involved multiple times with the system. Multiple times. It's not just their one deal. Like I said, unless it's something for like murder. Or tax evasion. Funny, Al Capone didn't get taken down for all the other criminal shit he did. It was fucking taxes that got him. Stupid shit. I think it's time that this nation stops coddling and pandering to these criminals, these career criminals who choose this lifestyle. All it's doing is putting the rest of society at risk. Everyone else who follows the rules, abides by the law, doesn't act violent, doesn't do stupid shit, they're the ones who end up getting victimized. They're the ones who have to change some parts of their life based off these assholes. I think it's time that we start locking away people for long periods of time. Because the people in the crime game, they know what's up. they know they're not going to be locked away for a very, very long time. If they get sentenced to 10 years, they do 4 years. They don't do the full 10. But it's time, I think, that we start locking away violent offenders for very long periods of time. Start locking away persistent offenders. There are some people who have so many booking photos, mugshots. They have so many fucking mugshots over the years that you can literally see this person aging throughout the timeline of their mugshots. They've been arrested so many times. You can watch someone as they accumulate more facial tattoos. It's like watching a time-lapse video. That's insane. That's asinine. Why do we entertain that shit? Why do we allow people to go in and out, 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 in and out of the system, where we can literally watch them age from fucking 19 until 40-something years old through a slew of fucking mugshot photos? When will we say, hey, you know what, this guy's been arrested 10 times already. We'll give him another chance. Yeah. When will we say enough is enough? When will we say, all right, you've been arrested 4 times, you ain't got your shit together, you going for a 10-year timeout? And while they're locked up, if they cause problems, more time needs to be added. There's just some people who just don't need to be in society with the rest of us. They need to be locked away, kept away from the rest of us. They do not need to enjoy that privilege. They have not earned it. But the way things are right now, it's not like that. You get arrested 20 times in a row, victimizing other people, guess what? You get your 21st chance. Oh, you blow that one? All right, we'll give you your 22nd chance. It's stupid. So if this dude had been forced to serve out his entire time, however much time that was, I don't know what it is, he would not have done all this stuff. He would not have stolen this person's car or done anything. His ass would have been sitting in prison. Time to get hard on crime. Unfortunately, it's just going to take more people being hurt, more police officers being hurt or killed before more masses of people come to the same conclusion.
Okay. Just keep breathing. Keep breathing deep, all right? You're going to be all right. You're good. Can you wiggle your toes? Wiggle your toes. Wiggle them. Good. Wiggle the toes here.
He was it.
That looks like a bullet hole.
Wiggle them. Good.
But I'm not sure, though. When it comes to pre-hospital care, you need to have the knowledge and the equipment to be able to do stuff. Most places will do just a CPR, AED, first aid kind of class. Those kind of classes, I think those should only be CPR, AED. I don't think that the first aid stuff needs to be thrown in on that, because when you look at the time frame and the curriculum, the course material, the bulk of it is CPR, AED, and then there's like this little attachment of first aid stuff that has, that in of itself has so much stuff that you could literally spend another whole 2 days on it. But because they try to condense all this stuff, it doesn't do the curriculum any justice, because you just cannot cover that stuff in a good amount of time and do the amount of repetitions and stuff that you need to do to make someone proficient in managing this kind of these kind of injuries. And the first aid portion of those classes, which I've been an instructor in American Heart and Red Cross, And the first aid curriculum doesn't cover gunshot wounds, stab wounds, stuff like that. It just covers basic first aid stuff, environmental emergencies like hypothermia and hyperthermia, how to assist someone with their EpiPen if they're having anaphylactic shock from a bee sting or something like that, how to assist a person giving their inhaler if they're having difficulty breathing, if someone fell and potentially broke their arm, how to put a cravat on, a little arm sling. If someone cut themselves on a job site, how to bandage their arm. That's it. And the practicals that you do, the hands-on stuff, you just wrap a bandage around a person's arm. You go through the process of using the fake EpiPen to assist giving an epi shot to someone. There is no practicals of putting a tourniquet on someone, putting chest seals on someone, how to insert nasopharyngeal airways or oral pharyngeal airways. None of that happens in those classes. And those are things that you need when you are looking at battlefield type of trauma. So when it comes to the first aid, the CPR, AED, first aid classes, I think the first aid stuff needs to be just knocked out. Don't even mess with it. Just do the CPR, AED stuff. And then this stuff, the real first aid stuff, could be another whole 2 days of doing TCCC, Tactical Combat Casualty Care, where you get to spend 2 days of practicing putting tourniquets on people, putting chest seals on people, bandaging wounds, all that. Because what you learn in your basic American Red Cross or American Heart Association class for first aid is basically Band-Aid stuff, boo-boo kits. You're not going to treat a gunshot wound with a Band-Aid. It's not happening. So I don't think those classes do anybody any justice. And unfortunately, a lot of places, as far as agencies or companies, will not pay for that kind of training. They'll just do, like I said, the bare minimum, the CPR, AED, first aid class. So a lot of people, it is left up to them to seek out that training. It is up to them to seek out that equipment to keep on them. Not every agency or company gives people a tourniquet or a first aid kit that has a tourniquet, chest seals, airways, stuff like that in it. There's a lot of agencies out there who will only put a basic first aid kit in a car because it's a check the box type of thing that they need to do, whether they're trying to become an accredited agency or maintain their accreditation. Those accreditation agencies will have these little requirements out there that each car needs to have a first aid kit, or there needs to be so many first aid kits within the police station, etc. And so to be able to check that box and receive that accreditation, they'll go buy a basic first aid kit from like Walmart or something and throw it in the car, and then check that box off. Oh, we got a first aid kit. And when you open that first aid kit, all it is fucking Band-Aids and a cold compress pack, and that's it. As I said, Band-Aids are not going to fix gunshot wounds or big-ass stab wounds from people. Someone been hit with a machete. Is a Band-Aid going to help them? Multiple Band-Aids going to help them? No. But hey, at least that agency can say, we're an accredited agency, by checking off the box and saying they got a fucking first aid kit in the damn car. So if your agency doesn't provide that stuff, doesn't go beyond that level of training of just CPR, AED, first aid, it's on you. It is on you to go get that stuff. There is better training than just that basic stuff. There is better equipment than just that basic first aid kit. And I know that the salary, the wages are not great in law enforcement. They're not, I know they're not great. And it can be difficult to buy quality gear. But a casket costs a whole lot more than a bunch of this quality gear. A funeral costs a lot more than this quality gear does. So would you rather pay $30 for a tourniquet? Rather pay $70, $100, $120 for a good personal first aid kit? Or would you rather spend $10,000 on a funeral? At minimum, $10,000. Like, I know funerals got it. Some of them cost more than that, depending on all the bells and whistles you get. Or let's say you want to go even cheaper, do cremation. It's like somewhere between $2,000 and $5,000, some places. Which, if you're dead, it obviously, doesn't matter to you, but that cost is going to have to be paid by somebody, your family. So which is it? $100 here, and hopefully you never have to use it. Hopefully that is the most wasted money ever spent. Or there's a need for it and you don't have it, and boom, someone's having to pay for your funeral. That's not going to be cheap. Even if they go the cremation route. Still not going to be cheap. Alright, not much else to talk on this video. If you like what you hear and see, go ahead and give me a like and a share. If you have not already, hit the subscribe button and stay tuned for more Monday quarterback videos. Earl Henderson, Primordial Defense. Thank you for watching.